the Evo 8 platform to me is one that is almost perfect. All-wheel drive, big Brembo brakes, 4-cylinder turbo, Recaro seats, and the exterior just looks amazing. But there is one thing that leaves you wanting more, and now it is not the worst out there, but it definitely could be better. I am talking about the shifters on the Evo platform. When the Evo 8 came out, which was 20 years ago, feel old yet? The shifter was great for its class, but now in 2023 with all these new cars coming out in manual like the Supra Type R 400C, and honestly all new Honda Civic SIs come with such a great short shifter feeling. It's honestly insane how good it is. If you've driven any 2015 and up sports manual car, you know exactly what I mean. This is where this amazing, beautiful performance shifter from WK Motorsports comes in. This is not just a short shifter, but the entire box, and adjustable height as well. Before we install it, let's measure and compare the OEM shifter so we do a comparison at the end of the video. Right away, the first thing I noticed with an OEM shifter, at least with this one in particular, is over the years, this thing gets super sloppy. And we will cover how to fix this sloppiness. But here are the throws, as you guys can see. One, which is not bad. Again, the OEM shifter is not the worst, but it could be better. And even on the shifts, it's super wobbly. And then 6. Now let's go ahead and measure. Now let's go ahead and take a rough measurement. This is not gonna be exact. I just wanna get a rough measurement. If we put this at 4 inches, that's the middle, and we go forward, it goes all the way up to 2 inches, more or less, give or take. Hopefully you guys can see this. 4 inches is kind of like the middle ground. And then downwards, it goes all the way up to almost 6 inches, 5.5. Let's see, first gear. First gear goes to almost 1.5 inches. Again, hopefully this makes sense. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not doing anything exact. Second gear goes again to 5.5, almost 5 3/4. So before we go ahead and install the shifter, which is actually very simple, it's not that complicated, we are going to install torque solution bushings for the actual cables, which is in the transmission. This might help remove a little bit of that play with the shifter, even though this one should be way stiffer. I still wanted to go ahead and do this just to be on the safe side. Let's go ahead and install this real quick. Same ones from Torque Solutions. So this car already has the Torque Solutions ones installed. Oh well, I'm still gonna go ahead and install the new ones just because that's so crazy. So cool, we don't have to really do this. I can even tell, even by the pin itself, you could tell that this is the Torque Solution one. They're the exact same part, as you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see all of this. Exact same parts. Everything's the same. So I'm still gonna go ahead and swap them to the new ones. These seem to be in perfect condition, to be honest. honestly. Anyways, let's go ahead and swap them since I'm already here. Before I go ahead and install the brand new one, I wanted to give you guys a brief comparison between the two of them. As you guys can see, this base is completely made out of plastic, and this new shifter base is completely metal. Basically, it's complete solid. And then something I wanted to mention, this shifter and car actually also had the solid bushings, and I still felt this shifter kind of loose, as you guys saw prior to it. So this shifter had all the modifications you guys could do to an OEM one, and surprisingly enough, I still felt it kind of funky, and I honestly mean that. Let's see what the difference is once I install this one. I also I think I'm gonna like the fact that this one sits a little bit higher. It kind of makes it easier to go through shifts. Let's see how it actually is. Let's go ahead and install this real quick. Just finished adjusting the shifter, making sure everything was perfect and good to go. Now we have a decision to make, which is, first of all, this whole thing is gonna be replaced soon, or I'm gonna put carbon fiber on top of it. Not a wrap, but like actually carbon fiber. I need to restore this piece or buy a new one. So if anybody has a 6-speed console, let me know in brand new condition. But now my dilemma is whether to remove the shift boot or not. And honestly, I do want to remove it and make a carbon fiber plate. I've seen it done for the Evo 10, but I haven't seen it done for the Evo 8 platform. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to remove this and see if maybe with somebody I can make a carbon fiber plate where it just fits perfectly. I'll put a picture here if I find it, the one for the Evo 10. I want to make something similar to this one since I do have the carbon fiber bits on the car. I feel like it would just all flow together in the interior as well. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's go ahead and install this. I'm gonna remove this shift boot for now. We'll leave it like this and then I'll decide whether I wanna have it on or off. Now that everything's set up, the moment of truth, let's see. Remember guys, we're at 4 inches and let's see the throw. We were from 4 inches on the OEM one, it was going all the way to 1.5. Let's see here. Holy crap. Okay, wait. So I'm in 4 inches and I used to go all the way to 1.5. I can't believe this. I have to do this again. Holy crap. This doesn't even go. We're still at 4 inches basically. We're maybe at 3.5 if you guys want to count that. Look at the movement on this. That's it. 4. I don't know if you guys can see this. 4. Damn, that's insane. I'm pretty sure there's a more scientific way to do it correctly. I just wanted to eyeball it to see, but remember we're at 4 with the OEM shifter and we were getting all the way to like 1.5. Here we're at 4. Let's do it higher since we were a little bit higher and see. 4. And it's like at 3.5. If I leave it centered, again, we're at 4. I would say it goes up 1/2 inch. And so each throw, fifth gear does feel a little bit longer. Let me do that one again. 4 inches right in the center. No, it's about the same. It's 1/2 inch. That's crazy. Oh, before I forget, remember the wobble that the OEM shifter had? I almost forgot that. That's one of the main things and the main reason we were changing bushings and everything. Check this out. Look at the wobble of this. No wobble whatsoever. I'm not even kidding. It is stiff as hell. And when you're in gear, there's a tiny bit wobble if you want me to be honest. Again, I'm really having to push it. Like it's not wobbling at all. Like if I do it with my fingers, this is all you get. This is stiff. Like this is me actually pushing. And it's all because of, look at that huge spring that it has in the middle. Like you really have to push to go to the sides. And I really like that notchy feeling. I'm not so sure about leaving this exposed. You guys know how I am. I'm an OEM guy. So we're gonna figure this out, maybe do a carbon plate or something like that. But for now, and even the heavy shift knob, hands down my favorite. I am mind blown, to be honest. Before we do go on a drive, let's go ahead and install one more thing on the car that I think you guys are going to like. We also got another goodie for the Evo 8, and that is carbon fiber hydraulic hood hinges. I got them, of course, in black carbon. The link for everything on today's video will be down in the description. Time to go for a drive. All right, here we go, boys. Let's see what we got. Let's see how the shifting feels. Let's see how everything is. First to second. Very hard, I would say. Let's see second to third. Damn, it is notchy, like really like hard feeling, I guess. Let's see third to fourth. Yeah, the feeling is amazing. Hopefully you guys can see it in the camera. Let's see fourth to fifth. The best way to explain it is that you have to actually put it into gear. Like, it's a hard shift. It's not like you're just gonna walk onto it. Like, you actually have to put it in the gear, which I honestly don't mind, because, and then again, look at how stiff this is. I honestly don't mind it, just because it gives you that feedback as a driver that you want. Let's do a third to fourth real quick. You see, like, it's, I don't know how to explain it, but it is way shorter than the OEM shifter. Like, way shorter, extremely shorter, and way more rigid, I guess you could say. Let's see if I could do a quick baby pull so you guys can see me go through the gears. All right, let's send it. Oh man, I always forget how fun it is to drive this car. Oh man, and I was granny shifting like a sorry, I'm gonna beep that out. Oh, that was so much fun. I always forget how much, like, this car doesn't have that much power, like maybe 400 HP, but 400 in an Evo 8 is like, I would always say 400, 500, and 600 is the best power to make for a street drivable car that you just want to have fun in. Like, the smile I have on my face is, ah man, I love this car. Coast looks clear. That's it, I'm not doing it anymore. But yo, this this thing feels amazing, man. Amazing. Let me turn off the AC. I'm over here doing pulls with the AC on and everything. What a drive that was. I haven't had this much fun driving my car like that in forever, to be honest. I haven't driven this car hard like that. I'm not even kidding. I did like at least 10 pulls off camera just because this thing actually feels so good. I don't know how to put it. Let me get off the car and go over. I took some notes on what were my first impressions and thoughts on the shifter, just to see if maybe I can help you guys decide if you guys want to buy it. Let me go over those notes right now. Okay, so can you guys, yeah, you guys can kind of see me. These are my honest thoughts on the shifter. I had to write this out just because I wanted to make sure that I covered everything, since there's so many minor details. And some of you guys are perfectionists and have OCD like I do. So this is a true short shifter. At first, I wasn't sure if it was or not, but this is really short. Like, it feels really short when you're driving it. So again, it is a true short shifter. It feels way tougher, rigid, notchy to get into gears, and it makes you feel like there's less room for error. And what do I mean by that? Like, when you're driving, it gives you the confidence that you're gonna go into the gear that you need to get into. At first, it did take a little bit of time to get used to, but after I did, like, it was just smooth as hell. Second, I put this so big, second to third and from third to fourth feels so incredibly good. I am not even kidding when I say that. It feels amazing. Like, you have to experience it for yourself. I also put here, if you guys ever see me at any car meets, any car shows or whatever like that, and you don't currently own one of these, you are more than welcome to ask me to get into the car and just go through the gears so you can feel how it feels, because it is incredible. The second to third and to fourth feels like butter, and it is so short that once I get my timing right, it's good. Like, it's really good. That being said, there are two cons that I wrote here that I could think of. They're very minor, and it is just me being picky, to be honest. But number one is, I wish there was an option where the shifter could be high like it is right now, and then an option for the shifter to be low, like OEM, OEM, I guess, plus, you could say. Because for a lot of us that like OEM builds and OEM plus builds, it would be nice if I can make it shorter, put on a shift boot, and it just looks OEM. You will never tell that piece of art, because it is a piece of art, is just sitting behind the center console. I would really like that in a perfect world. This is not a perfect world, so I don't know if engineering wise that could be possible, because I feel like it would remove the strength if that top piece, well, maybe you could screw it on. So maybe it is possible, but again, that's just me being picky. If you can have the best of both worlds by having it long and short, because long does feel really good when you're actually racing. If you're on a road course, if you've ever been in any type of racing, having that sitting up here feels amazing. But then when you're just daily driving and you're just cruising, sometimes you just want to rest your arm on the center console and you just kind of want to go through the gears, and that's it. That was the number one con that I could think of. Again, these are things that I could think of. And number two is, this one didn't apply to me, but I did want to mention it just in case there are some people that are doing it for a 5-speed transmission, which I would honestly be doing it in a little bit, because I am swapping transmissions from the 6-speed to the 5-speed once we build this motor. Number two is the fact that if you have a 5-speed center console, it will not work. I mean, you can make it work, but you're gonna have to trim your center console. And that, to us, again, OCD and perfectionist people, it's not gonna cut it. You are gonna need a 6-speed center console if you're gonna make it work and not have to trim anything. So that is a con, unfortunately. I wish that the 5-speed one just fit perfectly. But again, this is not a perfect world. Things happen, and you have to kind of like adjust to it. So just know that if you do have a 5-speed transmission, you will have to either get a 6-speed console or trim your console. And I've seen a lot of people make it really nice. Like, they cut it and they put like these little inserts. So again, you could get really creative. You could search online, which gets me to my point. Later on, I will be making this look extremely good. I'm gonna get this carbon fiber insert. It's like a shift boot delete. I'll put a picture here so you guys can see it. I believe I already put it in the previous part of this video, but that thing looks nuts. And then with my actual Rally Art, genuine Rally Art carbon fiber shift knob on that piece of art, this is gonna look really good. I'm super excited for that combo. I still have to figure out who makes them. So if you guys know of anybody that makes that insert, please let me know, because I will get it like right away. That is gonna change the look of that interior. It's gonna look complete. It's not gonna look kind of ratchet the way it looks right now. But that's pretty much it. I will put everything that I got for the car today in this video on the description, including the carbon fiber hood shocks, which you guys can see right now. The hood is kind of venting out and it's really hot in here because the motor's hot. I will link the hood shocks, and I will also link the WK Motorsports shifter. Huge shout out to WK Motorsports. That is a piece of art. I mean it when I say that that one is actually really good. That is gonna be it for this video. I know that there was a lot of talking at the end, but I just wanted to make sure that I did help answer any of your questions in regards to that piece, because again, it was just a lot to cover. But I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Like always, keep grinding and stay safe. Take care. Thank you always for watching. I really mean that. You guys have been watching the vids and enjoying it. I know we haven't done a video on this one in forever. Next up, I'm still buying parts for the engine build for this car, which makes me super excited. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like always, take care. Peace out.